everyone, my name is Clay, welcome to Terminally Nerdy, and today we have something a little different. So, a gentleman by the name of Dennis, who runs a channel called Drive Me Crazy, it's a vlogging channel, link will be in the description box below, challenged me and two other YouTubers to a sort of 5-question what would you do situation tag. And, you know, again, I'm going to link specifically to his video down in the description box. Go check him out. He's fun stuff. I love his exploration videos. He goes around Rochester, New York, which is upstate New York, which is where most of my extended family lives, which is funny. I haven't been up there since I was 13. Jesus, I haven't been up there in 13 years. No, 23 years. My God, I'm old. Anyway, so he asks 5 specific questions. He tagged us. He answered them in his. I'm going to go through and then ask and answer each one in order. Kind of give my thoughts. Now, as a note, I hate hypothetical questions. I hate them so much. Because in most cases, for me, it completely depends on the circumstances surrounding the event. Thankfully, not all 5 of these are purely hypothetical. Some of them are more, abstract. So, anyway, let's get right into it. Question number 1. If a loved one or family member has performed an act of murder, would I protect them or would I turn them in? Much like probably most people, including him, it depends on who it is and what they did. So, for example, my wife, not going to turn her in. I love my wife too much. I mean, I would protect her and defend her unless she, murdered 100 small children, which is insane. As for the rest of my friends and family, it entirely depends on who you killed and why. So, for example, if you commit a single murder, and, it was accidental, spur-of-the-moment passion, act of passion, I'm probably gonna, kind of look at it defensively. If it's premeditated, just killing a guy just to kill a guy, well, now you need help. If you're killing something that, in my opinion, probably should not exist, such as other murderers, i.e. we're talking the Dexter scenario, I'm probably going to let that slide, because you're killing people who have been killing, and as far as I'm concerned, that shit's karma. So, yeah, it depends entirely on who it is and what the scenario or situation is. Second question. If you could live forever, but know that everyone that you meet and everyone that you love is going to die, would you and why? So this is the Highlander scenario. Who wants to live forever? If it wasn't for the fact it would get me a copyright kick, I would play Queen's Who Wants to Live Forever right now. So again, it depends on what kind of immortality we're talking about. In general terms, I'd say, yeah, I'd probably live forever and use that to my advantage. Because, in truth, death is going to happen. People are going to die. Whether you die before them is a completely different story. I don't know if my wife is going to die versus when I die, who's going to go first. I don't know. But if I have the chance to live forever, I'll take it, assuming that I don't continue to age. If I get the immortality, but I keep aging and my body breaks down, then eventually I'm going to get trapped in it. Don't want that. I also don't want any immortality that involves, the Portrait of Dorian Gray. It's a good story. If you've never read it, go read it. Because I don't want any sort of incident where just looking at a picture is going to murder me. I also don't want a Highlander scenario where I have to fight people. Preferably, I would like a form of immortality that would allow me to give my loved one immortality, because then, if it was vampirism, I would totally give it to my wife, and then go from there. Alright, question number 3. If you could go back in time and change one thing about your life, one event, specifically is what he wanted, what would it be and why? I probably wouldn't, honestly. We are the sum of our past experiences. Everything in my past has led up to me now. The way I am, the people I've met, and I've talked about this with my wife, and unless there was some specific way for us to go back in time and keep our memories, to alter things so we could find each other if, when we got to the future, it wasn't, neither of us would want to do it. We're happy together. A lot of it, if you notice, revolves around my wife. She is a big part of my life. So going back in time to change any event without knowledge of what the possible consequences are is going to be a no. Period. Number 4. You get a single wish. What is it, and what are the possible negative outcomes? For Dennis, it was he wishes for unlimited money. That's a bad one. It's a bad one. He forgot to mention that if he had unlimited money, he could crash the fucking stock market. I would probably wish to win the lottery, specifically, preferably Powerball, with the Powerball, because I have a finite amount of money, and because if I win the lottery, you can actually hire a lawyer to accept the sum, kind of like in a like shell company, so nobody would know I actually won at all. At which point, then I'd go into the whole thing. But the negatives, of course, is there's a chance, basically with any money scenario, people coming out of the woodwork, people trying to get money out of you. You would basically become a target for a good portion of family, depending on what kind of family you have. My family, thankfully, I would probably give each of them, and my wife and I have discussed if we ever won the lottery, we'd give all of our family and some of our friends, some money to help them out. Like, I'd give my dad and my stepmom money, I'd give my mother money, we'd give her cousin, I'd give 2 of my friends, a couple of her family, like her mother and stuff. We'd give them small amounts of money just to help them out. We're talking, we'll pay off your bills. I mean, I personally would rather not even give them the money, just say, bring me your bills, I'm going to zero them. And then they just continue to live. But, you always run into people trying to steal your identity, people trying to break into your house. Winning a large sum of money puts a target on you pretty good. Alright, and the final question. You have a single question for your deity, god, higher being. What is that question? Why? Just why? Why this? Like, my personal belief structure is there is a higher being, but unlike traditional, like, he created the world in 7 days, I actually personally believe he started evolution. We were sort of like, he kind of flicks the universe, creates the Big Bang, and goes. It's mainly a logic problem. If you go backwards far enough, you get to a point where you can no longer determine where everything starts. Like, we get to a point where matter, it's like, well, what made matter? Where did that come from? And that's where my higher being kind of hangs out. He's back there, we're a big science experiment, and my question would be, why? Because, there's enough horrible incidents in reality that I don't think we have a benevolent watching God. I just don't think that exists. I think we're a science experiment. We're an ant farm. Call that, horrible, I guess, but that just means that people are the cause of all the problems, and people are also the solution. God isn't fucking with you, and God and the devil ain't fucking with you. God and the devil ain't helping you. You're on your own. Kind of morbid if you think about it, but I don't like getting into religion too much, to be perfectly frank. But there you go. So there are the 5 questions and my 5 answers and schnazzy. In the box below, you will find links once they're both up to the other 2 people who got tagged, which are Diginix and Adam Cooper, or Adman, the guy whose thunder I keep stealing, apparently, because I claimed it. Don't you judge me. And if you want to take the tag, give it a shot, leave a comment in the box below saying you did, and I'll check it out, possibly. So, these are the 5 questions. Thanks for watching for that. Now, a little bit of, I guess the term would be, business for my channel. I'm going to be moving to a bi-weekly or once every 2 weeks schedule for the vlogs. With the holidays coming up, work is seriously starting to kill me. I'm kind of losing motivation, which I don't like. So I want to pull it back. So you're going to get one video here, and then another one in 2 weeks, and then another one in 2 weeks. So I'm going to start doing 2 weeks for every vlog, so 2 a month. I'll still be doing streams when I feel like it. They will be on the weekends. I'll try to make them fairly regular, but again, if I'm not feeling up to it, I'm not going to. I am nearing 35, and, 40-hour-week job, man. Whoo, doggy. So as always, what you think of my answers? If you want, just answer the questions in the comment box. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what I'm doing, hit that like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. Feel free to subscribe for more shenanigans every 2 weeks now. And as always, thanks for watching, and remember, stay nerdy!